Welcome everyone. Today is December 19th, 2023. This is a meeting of the Board of Selectmen. Is there a motion to call the meeting to order?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, gentlemen, the first order of business we have is for minutes to be approved, October 16, 2023 regular meeting, December 1st, 2023 regular meeting, and December 5th, 2023 regular meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Very good. The meeting mail, Cultural Council member Michelle Watts is resigning from the Cultural Council. Per request, Ms. Watts would like to resign as a member of the Cultural Council immediately upon signing this letter. Motion to accept resignation.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Next on the agenda under our appointments, our first appointment is with Rep. Schmid and Rep. Strauss. And Rep. Schmid is not here yet, so we'll come back to that. The next appointment is for Matthew Tripp, the Eagle Scout project approval. Just so everybody's aware, the fishing line and hook recycle has been installed at Lake Street around the ponds. There's 3 different ones. And as far as Eagle Scout project, to become an Eagle Scout. I went down, took a look at them. It's a great little project, keeps the fishing line outside of the waters, hurting the aqua life that we have there. Obviously, we know there's turtles and things of the like, they get caught up in that stuff, and the fishing hooks too. So, great projects for Matt Tripp Jr. Is there a motion to approve the project?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations, Matt Tripp Jr. New business, building department clerk. Mr. Kelly, I think you did the interview.
We did multiple interviews. We did a technology test, and it was successful, and Michelle's here to meet the board and answer any questions. The building commissioner was very pleased during the interviews, and I checked the references, so everything is good to go.
And Michelle is supposedly in the audience. Hi, Michelle. You just want to come up to the podium quickly? You can just introduce yourself quick. Say hi to the general public so they can catch you on camera and be familiar with your face. Congratulations.
Hi, thank you very much. I'm honored to have this position. I am also a former resident of Acushnet. My family still lives here, so I'm honored to take part in
Excellent.
doing my best for Acushnet.
All right.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
So
Thank
we
you.
need a motion.
Motion to appoint Michelle Santos to the building department senior clerk position.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
School ventilation system, Mr. Kelly, I will turn it over to you. I know you've been working with the school administration on this issue.
There's a memo from Patrick McIntyre that covers some of the issues that have been going on with getting experts in there to say what the design necessary is, whether it's HVAC or just ventilation, to clear up the air handling issues. They've held 2 meetings on Tuesdays when Mr. Hinckley and I could not attend because we were here. But it's, they deep cleaned the elementary school on Thanksgiving break, and on Christmas break, they're deep cleaning the middle school. It's an issue that we've discovered that there were, in the past, calibrations were not performed on the equipment for the air coming in, air being cleaned. So it resulted in they had to be soffits replaced, damaged sheetrock was replaced, and all the ducts were cleaned. And that was all done within the school's budget that they have now.
And it looks like they're gonna do,
And there's gonna be major work in the future.
okay, so I guess we'll be hearing that as form of an article.
I am going to let the school superintendent and Mr. McIntyre come and talk to the board when they actually define what needs to be done.
Okay, very good. Motion to place on file.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Next, Police Department, new civil service officers. Colin Madden and Adrian Fonts, and we have Chief Richmond here. I'll give you the honors if you'd like to read a little bio on these two individuals, Chief, if you have it. If
Yeah,
not,
just-
I can do it.
Yeah, you let them present it for themselves if you want, or whatever you want to do. I could do that, but basically just going back to, I'd come before the board on the 14th of November to request authorization to contact civil service to appoint, request a list. We did that. We went through the required period of time to have the list out, entertained some applicants, got applications, and we called Colin Madden and Adrian Fonts, who are sitting here before you. I'll let them introduce themselves here in a minute, but real quickly, starting with Mr. Madden, he's a lifelong Acushnet resident. He's a graduate of Fairhaven High School. He's currently employed as a security officer at South Coast Hospitals Group. He's also a call firefighter for the town of Acushnet, and also an ambulance transport specialist at Brewster Ambulance. I would say that his employment choices demonstrate his work ethic and a true commitment to public service. He comes highly recommended by all who were interviewed as part of the extensive background process. Sitting next to him is Adrian Fonts. He is also a lifelong Acushnet resident, graduate of Old Colony Regional Vocational Technical High School, currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in criminal justice at Bridgewater State University. Despite being a full-time student for the last 3+ years, he has shown his work ethic by continually working at least 2 part-time jobs during that time. He was equally praised by employers, neighbors, and personal references during his background investigation. In addition to that, we did hold a panel interview the panel consisted of myself and several of the sergeants, some of which are here tonight. We interviewed both candidates, and the resounding opinion was that we have 2 great candidates here, and I would give them an opportunity just to introduce themselves to the board.
All right.
Want to get up?
Thank you for letting me introduce myself to you. I'm Colin Madden. I've been a lifetime resident of Acushnet. I also follow in the footsteps of 3 family members on the Acushnet Police Department. Retired Sergeant Barry Monty, my grandfather, my uncle, retired Sergeant Michael Madden, and my father, retired Patrol Officer Jason Madden. As a kid, I heard a phrase that if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life, and for me, that's absolutely being a police officer. I've known my whole life that I've wanted to serve the town in that capacity. It's always been a passion to do so.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Did great, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Fonts?
Thank you. Like Chief Richmond said, my name is Adrian Fonts. I was born and raised in Acushnet. Growing up, I've always wanted to become a police officer, knowing and many other family members being a police. I went through the Acushnet public schools and went to Old Colony Regional Vocational Technical High School, took electrical, learned very hands-on skills out in the field, construction-wise. And then graduating high school, I went to Bridgewater State University, learned many different things through different criminal justice classes, and I'm concluding my bachelor's degree this coming week with finals. And I want to say thank you, and I'm honored for this opportunity with the Acushnet Police Department.
Excellent.
Thank you.
No relationship to Sergeant Fonts, are you?
No.
Good.
No, as you can see,
Hi, Jeremy.
I've come up here in the past and talked about the dearth of candidates that we have sometimes. This is just the opposite. These are exactly what we're looking for, for officers in the town of Acushnet, to serve us for the next 30, 35 years.
Yeah, I like the idea that homegrown from Acushnet, right? So, kudos to both of you folks for stepping up to the plate. Gentlemen, any words
You know, Mr. Fonce, you said it's an honor to be here. It's my honor. Thank you. Mr. Matten, thank you.
All right.
I'll concur with that, and Mr. Chairman, if I may, I've watched, Colin and I know each other a little bit, and I've watched him do nothing but make an effort to be a part of this community, so it's really nice to see you continuing with that, and also to you, Mr. Fonce, I appreciate that.
All right, is there a motion to appoint Adrian Fonce and Colin Matten contingent upon passing the academy?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Work hard.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Chief. All right, next on the agenda, we got a golf equipment purchase. Mr. Tibbles is here. Pretty straightforward. Mr. Tibbles, I won't steal your thunder. Uh-oh.
Just wanted to,
Fancy pictures?
well, since we're talking about something, it'd be nice to know what we're looking at. Is this Santa's sleigh? Well, close to it.
Close.
Good evening. The piece of equipment we were discussing is what's called a core harvester. If you look at that photograph underneath the machine, there's a brush. What the cores that are harvested when we aerate our greens and tees, plugs are left on the surface. This machine picks them up, accumulates them, puts them in the back of the unit, and then once the unit's full, we can use that to dump into a separate utility vehicle. This particular machine is advantageous for us because we have several smaller greens that are on significant slopes where we can't get our bigger core harvester on. There's simply no place to turn the machine. This machine's about 8 feet long from front to back, whereas the other machine is about, I'd say 17 to 18 feet from front to back. So this, the other machine includes 2 parts. It's a utility vehicle plus a sweeper. So I bought this to the floor at the golf committee. It was discussed. The golf committee approved the purchase and asked me to come before you folks as the next step and to answer any questions you might have. The unit cost $35,000. It will save us, actually, probably in the first or second year, almost half that in labor costs because we currently have to blow the plugs off, pick them up with a shovel on those smaller greens and put them into the back of the utility vehicle. This does the job of 2 or 3 people and will make it much more efficient as we go through our aeration process.
All right. So I guess when you come forward with your budget, we'll see a depletion of a few people.
No.
Oh.
Well, you don't have to wait till the budget comes through. I've already been depleted 3 in the last 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
No, there's plenty of work to do, so
Sure.
we can take them and spread them out over other issues. This actually allows us to get, you know, in golf, the most important thing for the golfers is for us to get out of their way. So this will make it easier for us to be done a lot sooner and not have to interfere with golf.
I don't know, make a pretty good target.
Yeah, it's low profile though.
Yeah.
You know, usually I find, you know, the target that size, if you park in the middle of the green, you're safe. Park to the left or the right, and you're in trouble.
You're getting it. All right, gentlemen, any questions, comments, concerns? Is there a motion to purchase the FS 900 green aeration core collector machine with previous town meeting article monies?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So we'll just get together with the town accountant, Nick Monticello, to
Yeah.
purchase that out of the existing funding that we have from an article.
Okay.
I know there was a mention of leasing, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, Nick had recommended against the leasing just because we're spending money unnecessarily in that
Correct.
particular.
Yeah,
area.
I'm 100% against the lease option. If you have the money to buy it, right? Why do I want to pay 10 grand more for the machine in the end, right?
Exactly.
All right, Mr. Tibbles, thank you very much for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Just as fast as we had a resignation for the Cultural Council, here comes Charlene Correa. I'm looking to be appointed to the Cultural Council. Is there a motion to appoint Charlene Correa to the Cultural Council?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations. No state rep yet?
Not that I know of. It's not that big of a state.
All right, we're gonna dive right into license renewals. And gentlemen, we've been waiting on inspections. Been communicated with the fire chief, Tommy Fallon. He even shot me a text a little while ago, let me know everything's good to go on his end. Mr. Barbola, everything's good on his end. And as far as Mr. Correa goes, his report's a little bit confusing, but it seems like it's good to go, so we'll take that word for that. Under the 2024 license renewals for Common Vic, we have Country Whip, 1173 Main Street, Seafood Hut, 2 South Main Street, Rochelle's, 590 to 594 Main Street, Dunkin' Donuts, 150 South Main Street, The Mill, 156 South Main Street, Captain's Place, 162 South Main Street, Silverbrook Farms, 934 Main Street, American Legion, 71 Oak Street, Cam's Cuisine, 132 Main Street, Century House, 107 South Main Street, Blue Point Restaurant, 6 Dayton Street, Blue Lantern Cafe, 605 Main Street, VFW, number 7239, 28 Roosevelt Street, Ponderosa, 242 Robinson Road, Rivers End Cafe, 7.5 Talcon Hill Road, JT's Pub, 77 Slocum Street, Keats Orchards, 1149 Main Street, Acushnet Creamery, 264 Main Street, New England Farms, 158 Main Street, Acushnet River Valley, 685 Main Street, Pope Park, 122 Main Street, and Silverbrook Farms, 934 Main Street. Is there a motion to approve the common vic licenses?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. All Alcohol Club, American Legion, number 265, 71 Hope Street, VFW, 7239, 28 Roosevelt Street. Is there a motion, oh, wait a minute, wait, club, that's All Alcoholic Club. Is there a motion to approve those two?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All Alcohol License, Cam's Cuisine, 132 Main Street, Captain's Place, 162 Main Street, Century House, 107 South Main Street, Blue Point Restaurant, 6 Dayton Street, Blue Lantern Cafe, 605 Main Street, Rivers End Cafe, 7.5 Talcon Hill Road, Ponderosa, 242 Robinson Road, JT's Pub, 77 Slocum Street, and Acushnet River Valley, 685 Main Street. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All Alcoholic Package Store, Scuttlebutts, 590 South Main Street, Chuck's Liquors 2, 172 South Main Street, Bonneville's Market, 142 South Main Street, Town Line Liquors, 1 Middle Road, Liquor Palace, 270 Main Street. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Wine and Malt Package Store, New England Farms, 158 Main Street. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Restricted Music, American Legion, 71 Hope Street, VFW, number 7239, 28 Roosevelt Street, Cam's Cuisine, 132 Main Street, Captain's Place, 162 South Main Street, Century House, 107 South Main Street, Blue Land Cafe, 605 Main Street, Rivers End Cafe, 7.5 Talcon Hill Road, Ponderosa, 242 Robinson Road, JT's Pub, 77 Slocum Street. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Automatic Amusements, American Legion, number 265, 71 Hope Street, VFW, number 7239, 28 Roosevelt Street, Blue Land Cafe, 605 Main Street, Rivers End Cafe, 7.5 Talcon Hill Road, Ponderosa, 242 Robinson Road, JT's Pub, 77 Slocum Street. Is the motion to approve Automatic Amusements?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Class 2 license, used cars, Repwell Court, 734 Main Street, White's Deluxe Auto, 211 Middle Road, Hayes Street Auto Sales, 3 Hayes Street, Ted's, 308 Middle Road, South Coast Premium, 127 South Main Street, Shawmut Auto, 118 South Main Street, Murray's Auto Sales, 75 Lambert Street, and South Main Street Enterprises, DBA Custom Auto, 16 South Main Street. Is there a motion to approve Class 2 licenses?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Class 3 Junk, Repwell Corp., 734 Main Street, Ray's Sales and Service, 4 Morton Lane, Laycock Auto, 1256 Main Street, Fred's Collision, 36 Slocum Street. Motion to approve Class 3 Junk.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. DPW, tab somewhere. DPW Hartley Street. So gentlemen, the Eversource looking to get this permit for a little bit. Dan and I were working on getting an amount allocated for this road as it was a newly paved road. Dan went into the total reclamation. It's only a little stub road off of Nice Lane. I spoke with Anthony from Eversource today, and he's alluded that I guess they're wrapping up for the season, because I guess DPW said December 15th, you're off the roads. Even though today is the 19th and they're still on the road. So I talked to Kathy, she said she didn't have a problem as long as bad weather's not coming, but Eversource said if we get to it in the spring, they'll do it, and if not, they look to move on to, I think, Wing Road. I would suggest that they fulfill their obligation so that all that paving can happen at once. Fulfill the obligation on Hartley Street as well. So is there a motion to approve the permit for Hartley Street?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Well,
5:15.
here I go again, no Rep Schmidt. I'm pretty much done with this agenda.
We just found out that he'll be here at 5:15 because of traffic.
Then we're gonna leave it.
Yeah.
Mr. Kelly, you got anything for the town administrator's report for open session?
No, I'd rather deal with it in executive session, Mr. Chairman.
All right, well, and we're gonna go take care of some business, and we're all set with all of this stuff. So is there a motion to go into executive session on the general law, chapter 38, subsection 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining, police negotiations? If an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining of the public body, and the chair so declares, and the board will return to public session at the conclusion of the executive session.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Roll call vote, I'll do that in a minute. All those in
Yes.
favor?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. We are now in executive session. Welcome, everybody. We are back from the executive session. In open session, we went in to discuss police negotiations. As everybody knows, this has been an ongoing process for 3 years, long overdue for us to give an announcement. And I'll turn that announcement over to Selectman Wona, that's been responsible for negotiations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you know, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen of the department, we've been going back and forth, and we've had some real robust discussions, but I'm pleased to announce that the board will be accepting the terms that we have negotiated. I think it's better for the town to do this amongst ourselves rather than have a third party tell us to do something. And I credit Mr. Hinckley and Mr. Gasper for doing their homework on what the trends are with other departments, how it's going to impact our budget, to say that there will be an impact, but it's also about prioritization, how the board feels about the police department and public safety. I view it as an investment, but also it's more than dollars and cents, in my opinion. And you know, I recall, you guys know we had a part-time officer during the height of George Floyd, literally took a beating for the town, right? Could have made a rash decision. And that's, I view, the degree of difficulty, what you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. And you know, people have given their careers, their bodies. We got Sergeant Matten retiring prematurely. So that's what I view this contract is about. It's not about the dollars and cents. Yes, it's a piece of it, but it's also investing in a really, really critical function of this town. So with that, I commend Mr. Gasper and Mr. Hinckley, again, for really doing their homework on this. And so with that, I'm happy to say that we've got an agreement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Selectman Wona. You know, it's just to bring the town and the townspeople and all you folks up to speed. I think you realize that, you know, we were throwing this information 2 weeks ago, right? Try to digest all that information, what's been going on in negotiations. It's been a difficult task because I can't just call Selectman Wona and say, hey, what were you doing there? And hey, what were you doing there? So it's just kind of me doing what I do. It's been a difficult process. I've spoken to a number of police officers in surrounding communities, cities, towns. I've gathered a number of contracts to make sure consciously I'm doing the right thing on behalf of the police department and as well as the people of the community. in executive session, just to give you an idea, you know, I said to Chairman Wona, first of all, thank you for doing what he's done in this battle for 3 years, right, and trying to get something that's reasonable to everybody. But the reality of it is today's police men and women are under such scrutiny. It's really unfair what scrutiny you folks are really under, right, on every day. Sometimes when you get a report to a call, you got to react, and it's got to be a split decision, and if you make that decision and it's the wrong one, you're screwed. And that's unfair, the scrutiny of law enforcement, not just here in the town of Acushnet, but across this country. I think we all see it on TV all the time. That's what I struggle with. I know I'm the finance guy. I try to break everything down as far as numbers go, right? I've done that numerous times, but at some point, I gotta let go and I gotta say, hey, what's in the best interest of the men and women that are serving this community, right, and keeping us all safe. And that's why I've come to this agreement, which what Selectmen Wona put on the table, Mr. Hinckley. It wasn't easy to digest, I can tell you that right now. And some people might say, wow, but this whole post thing that everybody's going through, the scrutiny that is, the commission that's involved, you know, the 9 members that are on this commission, right? I think 3 are only allowed to be law enforcement, the other 6 are at large. It's an unfunded mandate from the state again, right? That's basically what we're seeing again, put down upon us. So, you know what, I think, you know, in 2 short weeks, Mr. Hinckley and I had a big pill to swallow, right? And I did my homework. Mr. Wona brought information into us, made a compelling argument on why this is the right proposal. And I did what I had to do to try to help Mr. Hinckley understand what's going on in law enforcement from a financial perspective from other communities. And he's done just that. And I'll say this for Mr. Hinckley, he's digested that information very quickly. In a very short period of time. And, you know, we were going back and forth about the financial impact for the town, and yeah, it's going to be tough. But we, as Mr. Wona said, we will prioritize and figure out where we need to make cuts to make this funding happen for the police department and for the public good, quite honestly. So I don't agree with post. Let me just put that on record, okay? Post, and not saying I don't agree to post, okay? I don't, and I said this to the board, I don't agree with the percentage thing, right? Because if a police officer is making X salary, his post is gonna be X amount of dollars, and somebody at a higher rank that post percentage will be higher. I think it should have been a flat rate on post, because you're all treated equally that way, right? And the certification doesn't isolate, say, hey, you're different because you're a higher ranking police officer. The certification and training standards are the same for all of you. So that's the one hang up that I really had. But neither here or there. We know what JLMC's doing as far as post goes. I'm not gonna fight that train. I'm just putting it out there for the public to know that I think that's the unfair part of the contract, is the post percentage. I think it should have been a one lump sum dollar right across the board, right? But with that said, I'm proud to have an agreement with our union, our police force, Chief Richmond. You can have a peace of mind now, I think.
Yes, very much so.
Mr. Hinckley?
I think you guys covered a lot of what I would have said either way, but I'd just like to say it was very refreshing that we came out of that executive session talking, smiling, and coming to a decision together. And I think it's about time that the town actually starts doing that and really, really focusing on always doing what's best for the town, and sometimes making hard decisions. You just got to do it, and I'm happy to say we worked together to get this done. Thanks to Mr. Wona and his work and the information you left for me financially wise with the town administrator. Really dive in, and big thanks to Nick also in the accounting department really helping me understand the numbers.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, look, we're getting into all this stuff, which is great, but at the end of the day, you know, there's a 2% COLA, which is in line with everybody else's. The post, that's a separate animal. We're not even going to go there. And the other stuff, I think, addresses recruitment and retention. And this is about looking at us as a, just changing the business model. So, anyway, hopefully we'll get support on your end. So there's been some initial discussions, but this would require, you know, the lawyers will have to submit the paperwork back and forth, and you know, we'll have to do this again. but I just want to let you know before the holidays that the board is supportive, so.
Thank you, on behalf of all of us, and we'll get that through.
With that said, I'll make a motion to approve the proposal with the following, that the new step changes become effective fiscal year 2025, and further it be clear that the 2% base wage increase for posts is for the term of this proposal, fiscal year 22 through 25. And that so we report the agreement to JLMC.
Second. So moved.
I'm a yes.
Yes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
So we'll get
Could we have a roll call vote so we can report?
roll call vote, Mr. Hinckley,
Yes.
Mr. Wona,
Yes.
and I'm a yes.
That way we can report that to the JLMC.
And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if we have any of our female officers here. We do have one. Thank you for your service. Truly, it's tough, right? But, you know, you guys do it every day, and I think what's important for everybody at home to understand is when you put your uniform on and you kiss your wife or your husband or whoever it may be, your significant other, goodbye for the day, there's a chance you might not come home. So that's really what's the game changer for us in figuring this out and prioritizing that. Everybody else is an 8 to 4 or a 7 to 4 job, and you know the risk just isn't there. So thank you all for doing what you do. Love all you in law enforcement. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so all done calling for Rep. Schmid. I have no idea what happened to my agenda, but what we do have is Rep. Schmid and a representative from Bill Strauss's office. Kevin, you still here? Oh, there you are right there. And I know that they got some funding for us in the fiscal year 2024 budget year in the amount of, I think, $80,000 for our Council on Aging. Rep. Schmid, you want to go to the podium and tell us a little bit about that 80 grand, or you just want to give us a check for 80 grand? And
Well, I might take 30 seconds at the podium, Mr. Chairman, if I may.
That's why I asked, sir.
And I would ask that my colleague from Representative Strauss's office join me, because we never get this done individually up at the State House, but it does take teamwork. Before I do this, I just want to commend the board on reaching agreement with the police. I come from a small town myself, and I know how damned important public safety is to everybody who lives in town. And you had to make some hard decisions. You clearly dug into all the figures and knew what you were talking about. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Chair Gaspar, Mr. Wonar, and Mr. Hinckley. Well, so we are here because we were able to secure a little earmark, and you know, everybody hates earmarks except when they're for their town. So we're here tonight with a check. It's this is not legal tender, but this is symbolic of the $80,000 that we were able to obtain to help re-roof and install air conditioning in your Council on Aging building. And both of us have spent a lot of time there. We know how important it is to everybody in town, and we're just very glad to be able to be here to present this. And we also want to recommend that our good senator helped us greatly on this. So as I said initially, it's a team effort. There you are. I know Administrator Kelly, you're in touch with Jessica to go through the paperwork of getting the money spent. Yeah.
As soon as we get it, we have our shopping list.
Perfect. All right. Well, with that, I want to wish everybody a very happy holidays, Merry Christmas. It's really great working with this team, and I look forward to continued work in 2024. Thanks an awful lot. Yeah.
Can we have a picture with the board?
Oh, we'd love a picture. Yes.
When people say that those legislative breakfasts don't pay off,
That's right, that's why we do it right now. That's why we do
In the
it.
middle, so.
Yeah.
You wanna go over here?
Yeah.
You wanna hide behind the check?
That's right.
Let me just do my jacket. Excuse me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right.
Don't you know I was picture taking day?
Wardrobe, makeup, okay? All right.
All right, 1, 2, 3, cheese.
Cheese.
Another one, ready? On 3, cheese. Beautiful.
All right, well, thanks. Thanks.
So,
Yeah.
Hey, give me the money, man. Give me the, we get to keep
Just trying to take the check
You
back.
take it away.
I want you to keep that and, yeah. All right. Yeah, great phone call. And I really appreciated the conversation.
Oh, yeah. I had some stuff written on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wing it.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that said, we have the selectmen's announcements. Gentlemen, you have anything?
I do not.
Mr. Warner, you have anything for selectmen's announcements here?
Other than, I want to wish the residents a Merry Christmas. Yes, we still say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Everybody be safe. And it's been a pleasure serving you this year and look forward to 2024.
And the only thing that I have is a present for Mr. Kelly from the library trustees about their snow plowing schedule. So they gave me hours of operation. I'm looking at this, I'm like, are you serious right now? But I promised I would hand deliver that to you, Mr. Kelly, so you can work with David and DPW to see what they can do at those times, and we'll figure that out from here, is trying to get everybody in sync for hopefully no snow.
And Mr. Chairman, I
Mr.
would
Kelly,
like to invite the board on the 22nd, if you're around, in the morning to the COA, where I'm flipping pancakes for a number of our seniors. So if you would like to come, you can pour the maple syrup.
what time is this happening?
Sydney, it's 8 o'clock, correct?
Sure.
Yep.
8 o'clock? I might still be in my PJs, but okay.
We'll make sure
Why
we
don't you
save
deliver
those.
We'll double check that time.
Yeah, why don't you do that? All right, and just to reiterate, I always say it every holiday season, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all you out in the public. I wish you a happy, safe, healthy New Year. We're going into executive session one more time, gentlemen. Under General Law, Chapter 38, subsection 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation, liquor license, golf. If an open meeting have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, the chair so declares, and the board will not return to public session at the conclusion of executive session. And 2, the executive session of the General Law, Chapter 38, subsection 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to pending litigation, P.J. Keating. If an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares, and the board will not return to public session at the conclusion of executive session. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Roll call vote. I got it. It's not my first rodeo. Roll call vote, Mr. Hinckley?
Yes.
Mr. Wona?
Yes.
And I am a yes. We are now in executive session.